Morning.
Good morning and welcome to today's continuation of the Boston Public Facilities Commission. I'll let TT do the roll call.
Good morning again, Commissioners. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. Colleen Daly, the PFC Secretary, will take a roll call of the meeting participants. Colleen, if you please conduct the roll call.
Thank you, TT. Participants, please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name, beginning roll call with the Commission. Catherine Craven, Chair.
Present.
Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, Legal Advisor.
Present.
Catherine Pendleton, Article Clerk.
Present.
Next, with the Mayor's Office of Housing, Jessica Boatwright, Deputy Director for Neighborhood Housing Development Division.
Present.
Julio Pilier, Development Officer.
Present.
Stephanie Silver, Housing Development Officer.
Present.
Tiara Sachabil, Housing Development Officer.
Present.
Joseph Backer, Senior Development Officer.
Present.
I'll be reading for the record the remainder of the individuals who are in attendance but will not be presenting at today's meeting. Attendees, do not unmute your device. James McDonough, Senior Staff Attorney. John Feuerbach, Senior Development Officer. Elizabeth Feltner, Paralegal. And this concludes roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. This morning we have Jessica Boatwright, Deputy Director for NHD, Division of the Mayor's Office of Housing. MOH has 4 votes on the agenda for today. Vote number 1 is being presented by Julio Pilier, Housing Development Officer with the NHD Division of MOH. This is a request for a tentative developer designation intent to sell to NS Partners LLC. This is for vacant land located at 353 to 359, 391 to 393, and 395 Blue Hill Avenue in Roxbury. The purchase price is recommended at $300. Julio, if you would please present vote number 1.
Thank you, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of NS Partners LLC for the parcels identified in the vote package number 1 in the Roxbury section of Boston. NS Partners is a partnership of Norfolk Design and Construction, a Massachusetts-based minority and veteran-owned firm, and SMJ Development LLC, a New York City-based minority business. These parcels are offered under MOH's Blue Hill Avenue Action Plan, and the vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. Please note that while the RFP lists 18 parcels, only 3 are included in this recommendation as they were subject of a specific application of the package allowed under the RFP. As background, in January of 2023, PFC approved 2 other developer designations from this RFP package. MOH conducted an extensive public process that resulted in this vote request. MOH staff met with community residents to discuss the development and design criteria for the RFP on July 23rd, 2020, August 24th, 2020, and November 10, 2020. After receiving support, MOH issued an RFP on April 25th, 2022, consistent with the requirements of Mass General Law, Chapter 30B. The RFP was advertised in the Central Registry, City Record, and the Boston Herald. As part of the RFP process, MOH sponsored 2 community-supported applicant conferences to review the RFP and provide development and finance training to developers and potential applicants. It was MOH's efforts to assist and attract applicants from the Blue Hill Avenue and Mattapan neighborhood who have been historically underrepresented in MOH RFP process. MOH also sponsored a community meeting to review all the eligible applicants and proposals on September 27, 2022. NS Partners is the sole applicant for the sites identified in this vote request. Based on a team review of the RFP response and an analysis of the application against the RFP evaluation criteria, the NS Partners team, including the joint applicants of Norfolk Design and SMJ Development, is recommended as a designated developer. The development team has demonstrated relevant development experience and the capacity to access financing to successfully undertake a project of the proposed size and scale. Furthermore, the development team composition is diverse and meets the RFP goals regarding local WBE and MBE participation and inclusion. As we mentioned before, Norfolk Design is a local MBE and veteran-owned enterprise, while SMJ is a New York-based firm, but it is also a minority-owned firm. The development team presented their proposal for mixed-use homeownership at an MOH-sponsored community meeting on September 27th, and the proposal received extensive support from the community residents, local elected officials during the meeting and also during the subsequent 10-day comment period. In return for the above, the following community benefits will be created. So the project will create 14 income restricted homeownership condominiums. All the units will be deed restricted to moderate income households, making at or below 100% of the area median income. The proposal includes 2 mixed-use buildings located in the Grove Hall section of Blue Hill Avenue. The first building, located at 391, 393, and 395 Blue Hill Avenue, contains 7 2-bedroom condominiums affordable to households at or below 100% of AMI, and 787 square feet of ground floor retail space. 3 units will be income restricted for first-time home buyers at or below 80% of AMI, and 4 units will be income restricted to first-time home buyers at or below 100% of AMI. The second building, located at 353, 359 Blue Hill Avenue, contains 3 1-bedroom units and 4 2-bedroom units affordable to households at or below 100% of AMI, and 690 square feet of ground floor retail space. It also includes 3 units, which will be income restricted to first-time home buyers at or below 80% of AMI. And then the remaining 4 units, as we mentioned, will be affordable to households at or below 100% of AMI. So the project will create a total of approximately 1,500 square feet of ground floor retail space and co-working space. And the proposal also aims to address the neighborhood's needs for affordable homeownership housing, promote business growth, and provide stable housing for families and a space for entrepreneurs in the Roxbury community to operate their businesses in. In return, the project will also put back into productive use parcels that have been in the city's inventory between 16 and 36 years. So they've been in our inventory for quite a while, and this will allow those parcels to be productive again. I have included slides for PFC. So this first slide is just a map of the parcels. The second slide is an aerial view of the parcel at 353 Blue Hill Avenue, 353, 359 Blue Hill Avenue. This is a rendering of the proposed building at that site. So this shows the unit mix, elevations, and a preliminary rendering of the designs. This next site is the aerial view of 391, 395 Blue Hill Avenue. And again, this is a preliminary rendering of the designs. It also includes a unit mix, which we've discussed, and an elevation as well. So if approved, this vote will enable NS Partners to work with MOH staff in anticipation of an application to MOH's annual funding RFP. MOH will return to PFC after the completion of key tasks for a conveyance vote. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Any questions, Commissioner?
No questions. Want to compliment got issuing this tentative designation with the RFP issued in less than a year. There are also 2 great sites, Connor sites. This is a great project. Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is being presented by Stephanie Silva, Housing Development Officer with the NHD Division of MOH. This is a request for tentative developer designation and intent to sell to Norfolk Design and Construction, LLC, for vacant land located at 30, 32, 34, and 36 Mildred Avenue in Mattapan. The purchase price is recommended at $400. Stephanie, if you please present vote number 2.
Thank you, TT, and good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of Norfolk Design and Construction for the parcels identified in the vote package and which are located in the Mattapan neighborhood of Boston. As background, these parcels were included in the 30 through 36 Mildred Avenue request for proposals, which was publicly advertised pursuant to Chapter 30B requirements, including advertisements in the State Central Register on May 4th, 2022, in the Boston Herald on May 9th and May 16th, 2022, and in the City Record on May 9th and May 16th, 2022. The RFP was issued on May 2nd, 2022. Prior to advertising, MOH held community meetings on January 8th and September 9th, 2020 to announce the development and design criteria for the RFP. After receiving resident support, MOH issued the RFP in May 2022. MOH received 1 response that met the RFP eligibility criteria, and MOH staff posed additional questions to representatives of the team as part of our review process. Norfolk Design and Construction is a small residential development firm with experience in single and multifamily affordable housing development in and around Boston, and direct experience working with MOH to develop affordable housing on city-owned land. Norfolk Design and Construction's proposal offered a feasible and competitive development budget. Norfolk is also an MBE and veteran-owned business and showed examples of past successful hiring of MBE local subcontractors. On January 5th, 2023, MOH hosted a community meeting to introduce the Norfolk team. Community members were supportive of the developer and their plans for the sites and requested that they continue to engage abutters in the adjacent schools as they move forward. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I've also provided handouts related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first shows a looks map of the 4 adjacent sites. And the second shows the site plan and the first floor plan submitted by Norfolk, including the adjacent community garden. This project will result in a total of 6 new homeownership units and a 7,000 square foot community garden. All housing units will be 2-bedroom condominiums in 1 building. And the homes will be all affordable, evenly split between 80% AMI and 100% AMI. Norfolk will develop the garden and ultimately transfer ownership and operations of those 2 parcels to the trustees of reservations, their partners. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, Norfolk Design and Construction will complete various tasks undertaken to date that include finalize ZBA approval, general contractor cost and budget, receive MOH funding commitment for the development of the affordable new homes, receive permit sign-off approvals from Boston Water and Sewer Commission and Public Works Department prior to inspectional services approval of the permit. We expect to return to PFC in mid-2024 for a conveyance vote. In closing, if the PFC approves the vote request, the project will create the following community benefits. Creation of 6 total new affordable housing units, all of which will be deed restricted homeownership and remain affordable for 50 years. Creation of a new community garden serving area residents in the K-8 school directly across the street. It will introduce contextually appropriate housing on currently vacant sites, strengthening the contiguous built environment on the street. It will revitalize 4 parcels of underutilized vacant land in the neighborhood and will remove the parcels from the city's inventory. The project is also expected to create 21,620 construction hours, which will generate jobs in the building trades. Thank you, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
I have no questions. Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 2 is hereby approved. Vote number 3 is being presented by Tiara Sachabel, Housing Development Officer with the NHD Division of MOH. This is a request for amendment to the tentative developer designation vote of February 16, 2022 to extend the tentative designation intent to sell period from 12 to 18 months to Norfolk Design and Construction LLC. This is for vacant land located at 2024 and 30 and 52 Elmont Street, 143 and 147 Norwell Street in Dorchester. Tiara, if you would please present vote number 3.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for a 6-month extension of a tentative developer designation to Norfolk Design and Construction LLC for 5 parcels of vacant land located at 20 Elmont Street, 24 Elmont Street, 50 to 52 Elmont Street, 143 Norwell Street, and 147 Norwell Street in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston, as outlined in the vote package. PFC approved the tentative developer designation to Norfolk Design and Construction on February 16, 2022 for a 12-month period. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project in the PFC vote request. As background, these parcels were included in the Elmont Norwell Neighborhood Homes Initiative Request for Proposals, which was publicly advertised pursuant to Chapter 30B requirements, including advertisements in the Boston Herald on October 4th and October 11, 2021, in the State Central Register on October 6, 2021, and in the City Record on October 11th and October 18th, 2021. The RFP was issued on October 4th. 2021. The due date was November 9th, 2021, and one proposal was received. Prior to advertising, MOH announced the inclusion of the above parcels in the NHI program at community meetings on July 23rd, 2020, and again on March 2nd, 2021. After receiving resident support, MOH issued the RFP on October 4th, 2021. Furthermore, MOH staff attended the Harvard-Washington Norwell Neighborhood Association community meeting on January 25th, 2022 to review and comment on the preferred developer, which was met with a positive response. Norfolk Design and Construction was the only applicant to the RFP. Norfolk presented a strong application and has a strong track record of development. They outlined the most competitive and reasonable development budget and have the capacity to take on the development. In addition to their experience, Norfolk's application provided evidence of the group's ability to access financing. Norfolk is also a certified MBE and veteran-owned community company and meets MOH's goals of diversity and inclusion in their leadership team, an important element of its proposal. Norfolk has included a plan to engage local minority contractors and subcontractors to maximize diversity through its bidding process. As noted earlier, PFC approved the tentative developer designation to Norfolk Design and Construction LLC on February 16, 2022 for a 12-month period. I have provided slides related to this vote request. The first provides a locus map of the 5 parcels. The second slide shows the existing conditions of the 5 parcels. And the final slide displays an example rendering of one of the proposed building types. All right. To date, Norfolk Design and Construction accomplished the following. They enlisted a surveyor to survey the sites. Surveys were completed in August 2022. Prepared drawings for the sites, incorporating the design review comments from the Mayor's Office of Housing Design staff. Submitted plans to Inspectional Services Department and received rejection letters. Has continued community engagement and will meet with neighborhood residents on February 28th. And a zoning board of appeals hearing is scheduled for March 14th, 2023. MOH is requesting a 6-month extension of the developer designation to allow additional time for Norfolk Design and Construction to achieve the following task: continue to conduct community meetings around the Elmont Norwell NHI project, work towards receiving ZBA approval and permits, finalize drawings, and finalize financing commitments. In closing, if PFC approves the vote request, the project will create the following public benefits: the creation of 8 affordable homeownership units in 5 buildings. The affordability mix will include 4 moderate income sales for households earning below 80% of area median income and 4 middle income sales for households earning below 100% of area median income, and new home ownership opportunities for first-time home buyers in Boston. We expect to return to PFC in the summer of 2023 for a convenience vote. Thank you, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions, Commissioner?
No questions. Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 3 is hereby approved. The final vote on today's agenda for MOH is vote number 4, which is being presented by Joseph Thacker, Senior Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of MOH. This is a request for acceptance of a deed from Boston Housing Stabilization Incorporated for vacant land located at 26 Lyford Street, 114 to 118 Floyd Street, 123, 126, and 127 Stratton Street in Mattapan. Joseph, you please present vote number 4, please.
Thanks, TT, and good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the acceptance of a deed from Boston Housing Stabilization, Inc. for the 5 land parcels that were just mentioned: 26 Lyford Street, 123, 126, and 127 Stratton Street, and 114-118 Floyd Street, all in the Mattapan neighborhood of Boston. PFC approved the conveyance of these 5 parcels as part of a vote on November 15, 2017. approving the conveyance of 25 vacant parcels for the development of homeownership housing. Following that conveyance, the construction of a series of 1 and 2 family homes began in phases, and 25 units were completed and have been sold. However, due to unforeseen delays and cost increases incurred by the development team, including direct construction costs, soil remediation costs, costs associated with COVID-19 mitigation and safety, and soft costs, staff for the Mayor's Office of Housing determined that construction on the 5 parcels identified was no longer financially feasible. The development team concurred with this assessment and proposed to return the parcels back to the City of Boston. The request for approval of the acceptance of a deed is a result of this determination, and it would allow MOH to review our options, reestablish development objectives for the parcels, and restart a new property disposition process. This action will allow us to avoid foreclosing on our mortgage, avoiding additional legal, auction, and advertising fees. MOH also decided not to exercise our reverter, as doing so could lead future title searchers to think that the developer could contest the reverter in court. I've included one slide for the PFC, which shows a site map for the 5 parcels. And they're outlined in yellow on the map. And I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, Commissioner?
No questions. This is mostly a legal housekeeping matter and so forth. So, motion to approve.
Yes. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 4 is hereby approved. This concludes the agenda for MOH for today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jim, we'll be
Take care.
seeing you shortly. We're moving up next door to you. Not sure you'll like that, but
Oh, it'll be great.